Hey guys, this is Jason here. We're going to just go over a couple of air leak tech issues and how to solve them and get them taken care of quick. When you guys are trying to diagnose the air leaks on it, one thing you guys can do is take a little bit of water, spray bottle, or just a couple drops off your finger, and where you think you're hearing the leak coming from, go ahead and dribble some water on it. What that'll do is it'll help you pinpoint exactly where it's coming from and give you the ability to troubleshoot and fix it that much faster. Alright, so we've seen it happen a couple times where we're getting air leaks out of the front and rear plugs that are on the marker. So what we're going to do is show you a quick way to fix it and get your marker back up and running in no time. First thing you're going to need to do is break down your marker. Start with the rear takedown. Get your front takedown. You can pull off your upper receiver and just set that aside. You're really only going to need your lower receiver for this. Make sure you take off your buttstock, your air tank. You won't need that as well. Next step would be removing your magazine well. If you're using the DMAG version, make sure you don't lose your clamp or your anti-ball drop there. The next step to access the front air plugs is to remove the push pin here that holds your air valve cover on. Simply push it out, remove it, watch out, that piece is going to spring off on you. Just set that aside. You want to make sure you don't lose your cup seal and the rod and the spring, just go ahead and set that aside as well. So basically what you'll have left over is your lower receiver with the trigger left on it. Once you've done that, you'll take an Allen key. On the front of your marker, there are two small Allens. These are air ports. When the body is made, those are drilled through it to allow the air to flow properly. What you need to do is go ahead and take out the air plugs. Make sure you guys are using the metric Allen key on this, or you can run the risk of stripping it, in which case it'll make it next to impossible to get out. Once you've removed those, the next thing you can do, take a regular standard O-ring, any size will work. Go ahead and slice it. So you got a small chunk, something similar to that. Go ahead and insert it into the air valve. Take your set screw. Simply thread it down. What that'll do is as you tighten down your air valve screw, it'll tighten the O-ring and expand it in the bottom, covering all the gaps that are in there. When you do it, if your air valve does stick out like this, it means you've cut the piece a little too big. You just simply need to trim it a little bit smaller. So for the next one, I'll do that. So just a little bit smaller of a piece. You don't need much to do it. Go ahead and drop it in there. You don't lose your little set screw down the middle of the gun. Then when you tighten it in just like that, you'll be good to go. On the back you'll also find two more of these because this hole goes all the way through the body. You simply need to do the same thing as that. Go ahead and pull them both off. Take your small chunks of O-ring. If you don't lose them. Drop them in there. And just go ahead and tighten it on down. Now, if you want to add another layer, you can use good old-fashioned Teflon tape. Simply just take the set screw and wrap it in a layer of the Teflon. You can go ahead and just thread it back on your marker. That'll add an extra layer to it, just helping ensure that airtight seal. That in combination with the piece of rubber should stop all your air leaks. Alright, so just assemble your air valve. Also, make sure you put the pin in the right side. Then once that's reinstalled, what you can do is attach an air tank to your marker. You can check it for leaks from the front and the back. You will not hear anything siphoning out the bottom as long as your marker is actually cocked back properly, like you would have done when you took it apart. If you still are hearing a leaking, go ahead and pull it out and put a little bit bigger piece of the O-ring in there, and that should help solve that.